Well, hey, boy, howdy, boys and girls, men and women of all ages and walks of life. Welcome once again to I guess it's the building side, because we're going to build something here at Randy's Guitar Shop. Thanks, Robert. So I threatened you with a new pedal board build here recently, and by golly, I've decided to take it on. It's number 76 for your listening and dining pleasure on my loop pedal, of course. Anyways, guys, here's the pedal board. It's pretty cool. It's big enough to put a good amount of pedals that a guy would really need. It's made out of really super hard, some kind of composite plastic thing. It came with lots of Velcro. And it's got this little door on the back, and this is the opening to put in a power supply, which sadly today we don't have. We have this one, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I hope you're having a wonderful and a blessed day today. Anyways, guys, these are the pedals I've determined I'm going to put on this board, and I'll have room for at least one more if I want. So, I did get this all set up the other day, plugged it in, make sure everything worked, and it all did work except one thing, and that would be this little guy right here, this Lester G from EHX. It turns out this requires at least 200 milliamps to run. Well, unbeknownst to me, when I bought this, which was my fault, but when I bought this, I did not realize these were all 100 milliamp output. And this worked, but it made a very loud noise, so obviously it wasn't getting enough power. This came with a power supply, but I didn't want to have an extra power supply in here, so I have reordered a new one that has enough to run all these pedals, and one specifically for this one. So I do have a question for you, which probably no one will pipe up and answer, but let's say I have a power supply that has 100 milliamp outputs all over it, and then it's got a couple that have 12 volt and 500 and 18 volt. That's all fine and good, but I don't have anything I need that for. But what would happen if I ran this at 300 milliamps instead of 2? Would it burn it up? This is a burning question, folks. Anyways, this little guy, I did get this from Temu. By the way, I bought this from Temu. Now that aluminum one that I made quite a while back, I probably spent 70 bucks just on the bare sheet of aluminum, the 080 aluminum I bought and then bent up at my pal's house. So this is still way cheaper. This was about $35. And it comes with all this stuff, all these cool holes, things. You know, you got holes on the back where you can put stuff and sneak it through. But we're trying to avoid anything coming out anywhere, you know. My other board has a daisy chain one, and a lot of those are sticking out of the front of it. And you know, if somebody walked by and knocked into that or just inadvertently touched it, you know, you could break one of those off. We don't want that. We want to try to keep it all internally. That's why we like this little door with an internal power supply, and we can route all our wires through here. So this is a Mosky Nano, and I just didn't realize how tiny this was. I was really concerned with how big it was going to be. Now this does have a 12 out and an 18 volt out, but the milliamp is way too high. I don't want to burn this thing up. So if any of you guys happen to know anything about that, drop me a line. By the way, thanks a lot for watching my channel. I really love you all for watching it. Anyways, guys, let's lay this out, see how we're going to work it. This is pretty obvious, isn't it? That's another thing that's cool. Now, it doesn't have one on each side. A lot of people I've noticed that build pedal boards also have a regular volume pedal. Now, I got a miniature volume pedal, but of course, this old crybaby is going to go right here, the big crybaby. Now, this compressor is great. I truly kind of wanted the PRS Mary Cries compressor, but I did a lot of research, and for what I'm going to do, this is quite a bit less expensive, and it works really good, really quiet. It's got plenty of stuff to work on. We're going to put him here, and he will be basically, if I don't end up, now I need a tuner. So maybe I'll end up having to put a tuner on here. So this will maybe go over here. Anyways, after that, we're going to have this fine gentleman here, the Lester G, which is a Leslie rotary speaker. And I'm telling you, that thing works great. It's awesome. And it's got a drive on it, so you can up the ante with this. Now, the only problem with that is it's not foot switchable. So in other words, if you pump up the drive on this thing, it would be left on all the time. So every time you activated this, you'd have that overdriven Leslie sound, which is a great sound. But, you know, if you're doing a lot of rhythm work and stuff, you might not want that. So that's kind of maybe not as important. But this here is a compressor. So you've already got 2 compressors on this board. The next, we're going to run my Nux New X Atlantic delay on here. Yeah, I may have, if I do have to run or am able to run a tuner, it might have to sit somewhere else on the board or something like that. But anyway, so far that's what we got. Make sure all these are, you know, down enough to where nothing will be sticking out. I see that all the time. You know, what's another interesting thing is I wish the industry, I know this is stupid, but the industry would standardize where you're going to put your dang inputs and outputs. You know, some of them have them on the side, and a lot of them have them on the top. It'd be nice if they were just all the same, so you could buy little patch cables, or actually mechanical patch cables that, you know, are like barrels that are just solid. Anyways, this will go here probably. I am going to have this for my first overdrive. And I think I'll probably use this as a real mild overdrive, and it may be one of those ones that you leave on all the time. I'm not sure if I can get it to just ungrid enough to have that really pure sound come through. I just got this Tornado. I really like it. I read a bunch of reviews on it, and it does everything it says it does. It's got a little more gain than I thought it would have, but that doesn't matter. You got a knob. You can turn the gain up and down. That'll be next. And last but not least would be my pitchfork. I'll put that at the very end. So you say to yourself, self, how are you going to run that? Okay, the guitar is going to go into this. These don't like anything in front of them. Even a tuner. They don't like anything in front of them. So it'd be here, pretend we have a tuner, we have a tuner. Then we would go into this. Although some people have said that this is better before the compressor. I don't know why that is. Because I guess because this compresses that sound. And this sound needs to be real open. So anyways, I'll figure that out in the long run. But I would normally go this, the compressor, and then all these drive pedals, and then into here, and then out from the delay. So it's basically wah-wah, compressor, gain, and then all your time bass effects, including this guy. He would probably be the very last in the chain. Anyways, guys, that's kind of what's going on. What do you think? I think it'll turn out pretty nice, and it's pretty compact, and it will. Where my new one that I built didn't fit in my old travel case, this one will fit in there. Isn't that something? In my my Goodwill suitcase. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week and a weekend this next week. And I've got another subscriber. You know, I'm just ramping right up there, folks. I get them one at a time. I'm not like some of my friends that have now got YouTube channels that get 1,000 at a time. What's that say about me? Anyways, guys, I'm just still having fun, as you can tell. So I would say to you, if you need, you know what, 6 outputs plus a 12 and an 18 volt, you can't go wrong with this thing, and it's super cheap. And like I said, I plugged it in and it didn't make any noise at all. It was very quiet. My other pedal board is a little noisy because it's daisy chained. Anyways, guys, all that being said, don't forget to pray for your country, whatever country it is. Don't forget to pray for the world, a world in upheaval. I don't even know what to say about that, except that we need our prayers and our thoughts to go to the Father so we can hopefully get some things here on earth on a steadier stream, on a steadier flow. Don't forget to pray for your friends, neighbors, and loved ones that need medical attention. Like I said, we've had some real emergency here in the last couple of weeks. That's why I haven't been around as much, and I'll just let you know that our thoughts and our prayers need to go to the Father once again. I have many, many friends right now that are dealing with medical problems. So our thoughts and prayers need to go to the Father to help get them on the road to healing. Once again, I love y'all for watching my channel. Share the channel with your friends. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment for once. Especially about this deal here. I just don't know if I would burn it up if I put, more milliamps into it than it requires. So I will see you guys later in the next installment. We may be over there playing the guitar. I am not sure. Anyways, guys, see you later. Bye-bye.